Do forgive me if I sound canned, but work decided that it would interrupt my first stab at this about 2-3 minutes in. And a cutscene played on while I was trying to, well, don't worry about the details, but we're doing it again is the point. It's Crystal Tower time. A skyscraping spire that shines with the light of 1,000 stars. Long thought to be but a legend, the Crystal Tower arose from the crags of Mordona in the wake of the calamity, striking awe and fear into the hearts of all who bore it witness. What lost secrets of ancient Allag await those brave souls who would probe its innermost sanctums? Well, that is for us to find out, isn't it? I think that I know where this is going to go in the playlist. It's not going to be at the point that I'm actually at now. Should be a little earlier, so I shall make no reference to events to come. An outlandish man. Do I know you? Unless I'm very much mistaken, you are the famed adventurer who bested the Carlian Empire's general, are you not? The great long-point heroine himself. Amazing. And more than a little serendipitous. One might even call it fate. But I recently received word of a truly unique opportunity, you see, an opportunity the like of which none but one of your proven worth could take advantage. The reward? Not less than the accumulated knowledge of a fallen civilization. The risk? A single misstep could cost you your life. But what is little danger to a storied hero such as you? A man with absolute confidence in his own abilities stands to profit handsomely from this venture. No, I crave no recompense for my part in bringing this opportunity to your attention. The historic discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. If my words have fanned the flames of your curiosity, then I bid you seek a man by the name of Rambrose at St. Quinac's Find. It is he who stands at the doorway to untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to march across the threshold. Carnival Barker energy, for sure. I dig it. Can I be a Carnival Barker? Is that still a career? Oh, for a time when one could simply bark for a carnival. This is just the flushest area, don't you think? The radiance of it, the glow. I know a fair bit about this Crystal Tower. It is essentially a power station and power radio antenna. But hopefully we'll learn more about that as we go. Nasal Doozle.
We're the sons of St. Quinac. We are but the finest minds in Eorzea, drawn together to decipher the ancient mysteries of the Allagan civilization.
Rambrose. I think we're on autoplays. Let's turn that off. Why, if it isn't Longpoint Arrowin himself, I was not expecting such a celebrated guest. To what do I owe the honor of this visit?
Meow.
You were directed here, you say, by a man clad in foreign garb. Well, the opportunity he spoke of must surely refer to our latest anthropogeographical endeavor. Quite how he came to know of it is another matter. All knowledge of this project was supposed to be restricted to my organization. But that is something for me to ponder in private. You are here now, and your services will, I am certain, prove invaluable. I must warn you, though, that the venture we have in mind is no simple excavation. An unprepared or incautious adventurer could very well find himself on an unplanned and unpleasant journey to Thal's solemn halls. Knowing this, do you still wish to lend us your cooperation?
Uh-huh.
I rather thought you would say that. Your courage is scarcely a secret. Now, the first... Arrowin? I thought it was you. Oh, wait, no, I know who this is.
Ha! What brings you to St. Quinac's? Don't tell me.
Wait, no, that's Thancred.
What brings you to St. Quinac's? Don't tell me. The Alliance has sent you on another realm-shaking, history-making mission to lay low with an apparently insuperable foe, yes? No?
I see you two are already acquainted. That is well. Master Garland, our intrepid hero here, caught wind of the forthcoming expedition and has kindly pledged to assist us.
He has he? Glad to have you aboard, Arrowin. You don't have the faintest idea what you volunteered for, do you? Very well, let us begin at the beginning. The Sons of St. Quinac are tasked with unearthing the secrets of the long-fallen Allagan Empire, and this present endeavour aims to delve more deeply into the civilization's mysteries than ever before. But I know that look. In the event that you feel ill-equipped to contribute much on the subject of Allagan archaeology, I invite you to recall your encounter with the Ultima weapon. That mechanical monstrosity represented a feat of engineering far beyond aught Garlemald can presently achieve. Nero told Skaver simply awoke it. I mention this by way of a reminder that you had what one might term extensive first-hand experience with a notable Allagan relic. In short, you're practically an archaeologist.
I need more suit.
Now to the core of the matter. Here in Morzona there stands an entire Allagan structure which you've yet to investigate. I speak, of course, of the Crystal Tower. After witnessing the destructive capabilities of the Ultima weapon and the lesser moon Dalamud before it, it seems wise to treat any remnants from that era with the utmost caution. They must be analysed, monitored, and above all, kept from falling into the wrong hands. To put it plain, I have no wish to see another megalomaniacal Legatus wield one of these weapons. It was this thought which first moved me to contact the Sons and propose that the tower be explored.
Yeah. Where we at?
For several millennia, the Crystal Tower remained hidden, buried deep underground. But like so many other things that were better left undisturbed, the structure was freed from its stony prison by the great upheaval which accompanied the coming of the 7th Umbral Era. Now stands revealed in all its splendour, a gleaming spear of crystal pointed at the bosom of the heavens.
It is impressive. Most impressive. Unfriendly looking. Flip a coin over it, Sid. Wise of you to notice. If it were a Dark Souls, I would have stepped on it. Yowza. That doesn't look like nothing we want to step on.
We believe the tower to be the repository of much of the ancients' wisdom. Unfortunately, its entrance is guarded by formidable defences, and we cannot so much as peep through the keyhole, much less set foot inside.
Yeah, that does suck.
These defences take the form of statues, carved in the likeness of giant swordsmen. The 8 Sentinels, as the Sons are wont to call them, is the first barrier we must overcome.
Yeah, gonna be a lot of running around for that.
Meow.
He probably also muse. They also serve whom you.
Why not simply fly over them in an airship, you ask? It's been tried before. Any vessel that ventures too close to the tower is blasted out of the air. We either destroy those statues or the front door is forever beyond our reach.
Sure, let's get key hopping, I guess. Whatever we want to call it. Key hunting. Hello, God, it is fucking hot in here. My colleagues and I are ill-suited to negotiating such deadly hazards. Thus, if we are to gain access to the tower's secrets, we must needs employ the services of an experienced adventurer. It will be difficult and dangerous, Arwen. He would call us Longpoint, but I can think of no finer man for the task.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you have a taste for these deadly escapades. I look forward to working with you again.
There is much and more to be done before we can begin the expedition proper. Take some time to prepare yourself, and I shall explain the challenges that lie ahead. Sure. Yeah, let's do it. Well, I'm gonna take a short break on my end. Know what I'm saying? Wow, I'm not used to causing trouble. Whoa. Oh, excuse me. There's a little bit there I'm gonna have to cut out, because once again, pressing F9 for work when I, should not have been pressing F9. But I've now done a little, run a little defensive action on that bizarre problem that came up. You ever get told by a user that you can't possibly have done something because you did it too fast, when it's something that would always be fast and you deliberately went out of your way to make sure that it would be fast? Just occurred to me that by mentioning it specifically, I'm setting a bomb for myself in the future so I can get anxious about it all over again. Maybe that'd be funny. Any time plus obnoxiousness equals comedy. Anyway, Rambros. Our first objective is to reach the entrance to the Crystal Tower. As I previously mentioned, however, this will prove no easy task. The entrance is guarded by 4 powerful defense mechanisms, each utilizing one of the 4 elements of fire, water, wind, or earth. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Based on Master Garland's analyses, though, we are reasonably certain that the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of the corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used by the Beastmen in their primal summoning rituals. Mayhap I should not have said exactly like the specimens they use. Or mayhap I should have said exactly like the specimens they use. Were there in any other way, I would not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the Beast Tribe's strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, I would have you focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Pray make for Lenosia, where both the Sapsa spawning grounds and Ugamaro mines are located. You may be certain that these materials used in the Beastmen's sacred rituals be well defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave to your discretion, but whatever you do, please be careful. These dungeons are just down the world. Oh yeah, those little outdoor dungeon things. We should just be able to zip right over. Here we go. Oh yeah, this is this place. I can't remember if I recorded my last visit here, but I came out here looking for a hunt target when I was under the mistaken impression that I could increase my flight speed by buying those fancy maps. But they are only for ground speed, which means they are basically useless. Whoa. Overwhelming. Let's turn the background music volume down. Overall game sound is louder now. Alright, here's our destination. Let's poke it. Yeah, I got that industrial theme. A trespasser, invader, infiltrator, trespasser. Yeah, unfortunately for you, a wildly over-leveled one. Chunk. Survey the designated... Well, that was it? Cool. We stand a short quest. Hey, oops. Always, not always, but in this case, forgetting that I stay mounted while I teleport. Been an age since we were out here, right? Not sure when the last time would have been. Galadian Bay. Is this the first place that we ever flew? I don't think so. That was some other coastal spot, right? I don't see the lighthouse in the distance. A memory that doubtless would have faded now had I not been recording it. As with so many things. This project has taken up, I guess it hasn't taken up that much time. 60 hours over how long? Like 3-4 months or something? That's not such a huge deal. But, I think that it will be a great satisfaction to me to be able to return to these in years hence. I'm still trying to decide whether or not I should record Elden Ring when it comes out, and here's the thing, I don't remember my original reaction to Dark Souls at all. I remember that it was not positive, like I didn't get into Dark Souls until years later, and I was still complaining about it years later. It took a long time for me to start to appreciate it, and I don't really remember the arc of that at all well. I didn't become a Souls maniac until like just a year ago. Deliver the flawless crystal to Rambrose. Yeah, here we go. Like the beginning, I guess a year and a half really. Beginning of 2020, I think it was basically when I changed alignment there. Alright, let's just head right back to our boy Rambrose. And I really can't remember how I felt about it before, even because there were multiple periods. There was the period of I don't like this, and there was the period of there's cool stuff about this, but it doesn't, it's too flawed for me or whatever. That obviously that has changed entirely. They are flawed, but flawed in survivable ways. I mean, Dark Souls 1 is pretty bad after the midpoint, but yeah, anyway. Rambrose, how progress your efforts in infiltrating the Beastmen's strongholds? This unblemished water crystal is the main component used in the ritual that Sahagin performed to summon Leviathan and Titan and Mover. So these are the famed flawless crystals of the beast tribes. I've seen countless specimens from I know not how many excavations, but nothing to compare to these. Their purity is astounding. You have done well, Erwin. With these in our possession, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The former lies in Zaharak, the war camp of the Amarja and Thanalan. The latter in Natalan, the roost of the exile in the hills of Kurthus. You can expect them to be as closely guarded as the first two, if not more so. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. Well, this isn't such of a much, is it? All much slower when you're on foot. Let's get over there. It's good to see the world again a little bit, right? I mean, as we've observed before, one of our goals with this series was to have a sense of geography, and that has really not come to be. Let's look at the world map maybe while we, so where are we though, actually? So Mordona's way up there. Unfortunately, I can't look at the normal map in the world. I guess I could zoom way out on the minimap. Mount can fly no higher. Can I go over this ridge? Yes, I can. Thank you, ridge, for not blocking my way. Let's survey the destination. One problem with moving so quickly is that we just the panoply of musical stylings that we're being exposed to here. Who dares trespass in Zaharak? Me, Mr. Flame Eater. You're down, you're done. Go to sleep. You know, what'd be kind of cool would be to finish Black Mage and do that Eorzea 9 to 5 before we move on. I'm a long way to go, but I kind of want to do it though. I mean, it doesn't have to be before we move on though, right? We can always slip it into the playlist after we do it later. That's actually completely true. I never even thought about that. There's no time limit on doing those. We can do them whenever. Huh. This is big brain here. Clearly, thinking through the ramifications of my project. This is why I should not be a project manager, and indeed am not. It's so hard to keep track of this stuff. All of the options on the table at all times. Where were we? Sorry, I was distracted by some beautiful screenshots that I took for work during that little intermission. Hey, there's one of those floating things from far that we saw from afar back when. Or not back when, because this is coming earlier in the playlist than we commented on that. Never mind, don't think about the future. You'll see more about those floating things in a few episodes. Sense a hostile presence, do we? A presence I've not felt since... Ooh, sorry, buddy. Flawless crystalry. Alright, let's get back there. And let's cut a little bit of this, why don't we? We're being a little rampant. Look at that fancy pony in the sky. Where you at, buddy? I want to know my sons, Rambers. Erwin, it is good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystals from the beast men? Summon Garuda, summon Ifrit. Here you go. Wonderful. With all 4 crystals in hand, we are now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. I hope I did not give the impression we'd be embarking on our journey into the Crystal Tower just yet. Alas, there is another step which must be completed ere we come to that. While the crystals you acquired are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in their present form. If they are to reflect the elemental forces of the tower's defenses, they must needs be cut and polished, a process which calls for a very particular set of materials. Procuring them will be a challenge in itself, I fear. Needless to say, we'll be requiring your services once again. Change what you got to say, buddy? We're the sons of St. Quinac. We are but the finest minds in Eorzea, drawn together to decipher ancient mysteries of the elegant civilization. It's good to believe in yourself. What have you got to say, Sid?
Technology should never be allowed to imprison people. That's a hard lesson I learned from watching Gaius and my father. If the secrets of the Crystal Tower are as dangerous as we expect, then I mean to keep them under lock and key. The terrible mistakes of history need not be repeated. Lack.
This is not really the right voice.
To an outsider, monitoring the needs of our naturalists and requisitioning the necessary supplies may seem a dreadfully boring charge, but nothing could be further than the truth. My duties require that I stay abreast of each team's activities, which means I am among the first to learn of new discoveries.
Wandering breeze. The work goes well, or well enough, considering the challenges we face. The scourge of giants and forces inimical to scholarship rob me of my sleep. I fully acknowledge that we can learn much about ancient Alec by studying its people's dietary habits. Nevertheless, I would have greatly preferred that anyone else be given charge of this research. He's studying coproliths. Ambrose, sanding it down. If the flawless crystals you procured for us are to retain their elemental purity during the shaping process, a very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. Well, I say substances, but one might as well just call them one substance, namely ether sand, which has 4 elementally aspected varieties. Alas, ether sand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it is not unusual for the abrasive abrasive as a noun, for the abrasive to exceed the value of the precious stones it is used to polish. Given the rarity of the materials in question, the Goldsmiths Guild in Ul'dah seemed the likeliest place to purchase the quantity we require. When I contacted the guildmaster, though, I was informed that no ether sand was currently available. Though I requested the word be sent as soon as new stock came in, I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention at this point that I placed the order sometime before you procured the flawless crystals. I am well aware that acquiring ether sand is no small feat, of course, and I am not an impatient man. But I fear the more we delay our investigation, the greater the risk that the tower's secrets may fall into the hands of other, less savory parties. That is why I wish to entrust you with the payment for our purchase, and send you to speak directly with Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. In any event, it is my hope that when we next meet, you will have found at least one of the 4 varieties of ether sand we require. Just one? Can I get them all, please? Turn off the music before we go to Ul'dah. Oh yeah, I used to usually cut back in on the warp to the right location, and then I just kind of forgot about that. So we're going to the Goldsmiths Guild? Yeah, take me to the Goldsmiths Guild, please. Just pretend that I warped back in there. Maybe I'll do a cut there too, don't count on it. Serendipity. Master Erwin. That's a long point to you, ma'am. We're not friends. We could be friends, but we're not yet. Welcome, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask? Bulging gill pouch. This hefty sack of gill has been promised to the Goldsmiths Guild in exchange for any available ether sand. Do you think that they have it? Because I bet that they don't. I bet they're going to give us a lead. You're here on behalf of the Sons of St. Quinac? What fortunate timing. I was about to contact Master Ambrose with the news we've finally managed to acquire a quantity of fire-aspected ether sand. But I'm afraid it may be some time before we can supply the other 3 varieties. But you're welcome to settle accounts for that which we have now. Pray speak with Jemima over there. I do beg your pardon. It seems she's assisting another customer. Oh, wait, what was Big's voice? Big's, Oh, it's been so long. He wasn't Duke Nukem. The other one was Duke Nukem.
Come on, there must be something you can do. Without that sand, we'll have to rethink our whole design.
I sympathize with your plight, sir, but as I explained, the ether sand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I'd be happy to accept the funds you've offered as partial payment.
Partial? You saying it's not enough? I'm already stretching our research budget as it is. I suppose a man could do without a midday meal for a year or two. Long point. It's been too long. What brings you here then? Got your eye on something expensive, have you? Wow.
Well now, that is quite a money pouch. The sound of so many gill clinking together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming and yet invigorating at the same time.
Oh no, you're here for the bloomin' ether sand, aren't you? Well, I can't deny the elegant civilization's a subject worth researching. The chief, said he was looking into something big, but we never thought to ask him what. Wedge and I have been too busy tinkering with our new airship design to think of much else, see? I say tinkering, wrestling be more like it. Still, after much wringing of hands and gnashing of teeth, we've managed to put together our prototype crystal-powered propulsion system. We got the idea for it when we heard how you lot had used the corrupted crystal on board the Enterprise, as a matter of fact. Anyway, to cut a long story short, our design calls for all 4 varieties of ether sand. That's why I can't just relinquish my claim on this badge here. Even for you, lad. How we meant to usher in a brave new age of technological innovation, if not by technologically innovating.
While I hesitate to interrupt such an impassioned speech, duty compels me to point out that this gentleman is a representative of the organization that reserved the ether sand in question, to mention nothing of the fact that his purse is considerably larger than yours.
Oh, it's like that, is it? All right, this badge is yours. I'll let you have it. But if you're gonna take my sand, it's only fair that you grant me a role in this project of yours. I'll take that as a yes. It's not every day you get a chance to experiment with the wonders of the ancients. With any luck, they'll inspire me to think up another technological innovation or two.
Ooh, okay. I mean, if that weren't such a charming exchange, it would have been annoying and pointless. But of course, as usual, it was, which is a pain.
Now then, from what you've told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other 3 varieties of elementally aspected ether sand as well, right? Then rather than sitting on your rump waiting for a shipment that may never come, I reckon your time would be better spent looking for the stuff yourself. And it just so happens that I know of a good place to start. There is said to be a peddler in northern Tanaland who very occasionally handles the earth-aspected variety of ether sand. Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumors as we speak. I know what you're thinking. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand no more? The answer being, just the other day. Seems he's been inspired by a certain adventurer's heroic example. I thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Thailand without me. Just hope he manages to stay out of trouble. Head out to the Blue Frog and you should find him poking about with his new bodyguard. Oh, did I not mention her? Aye. Wedge thought it might be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany him, just in case your heroic example turned out to be less inspiring than he first thought.
Okay, where is Blue Frog? Guess it's not the Blue Frog. Sounded like a ship's name. Swing. Alright, we gotta brace ourselves for Wedge's voice. An experienced adventurer. Save your greetings. If you're looking for a hired blade, then you'll have to look elsewhere. After the day I've had, the only company I crave is the squat silent type. The type that has a handle and holds no less than a pint of ale. You wish to hear my tale? I warn you, 'tis no stirring epic, but as you asked, my employer, a Lalafellan lad, wished to pay a visit to a peddler who deals in some manner of special sand. I forget what it's called, but 'tis apparently worth a small fortune. Anyway, when we arrived, the man claimed his stock had been stolen by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, we crept into the bandits' stronghold and set about locating the stolen goods. Long story short, alarms were raised, rogues were awoken, and we fled in a blind panic. I was separated from my employer in the confusion, and I've not seen him since. Oh, a friend of yours, is he? Then you'd best be prepared for the worst. 'Tis just possible the poor sod may yet be lost in the old Amaljan mithril mine, but I fear the bandits will have caught up with him by now. What else you got to say, abandoning your charge? If he's still alive, your felon friend will probably be hiding somewhere inside the abandoned Magina mithril mine where the bandits make their lair. Not catch me going anywhere near that place, though. I barely escaped with my life as it was. Well, not everyone has unlimited extra lives. So let's just, we would skip this, except that I don't rightly know quite where we are, which means that we should orient ourselves. Is this south of the Castrum? I wish that the map were a little better labeled. Maybe later it will be Raban's Push. Is this Castrum Nordens? I don't know. It's spooky here. There's all these devils. This guy's got a funny little nip happer on his head. What does that mean? I'm gonna kill him and see what the nip happer means. Did I get like credit for anything? A hunt mark, basilisk, two-tongued Addison. Does this person need help? They seem overwhelmed. I helped. Can I heal them? That might be better. Yeah. We cannot abandon a friend. Let me just take this person down. Can I stun them again? Oops, I hit them. Well, oh right, that's not my stun button. Oh. Wow, that might be a bot. Now I think about the way that they were moving around. Well, we helped anyway. Maybe we helped someone who's diluting the overall experience of the game. Hey, it's Wedge. Okay, I think we're gonna have a mismatch of voice and content here. Our greatest challenge yet. I should turn the music back on. How could I be so stupid? Sneaking into a bandit's lair. It's just not the sort of thing I do, and now I'm gonna die for it. No, I just need to calm down. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to walk out of here. Here we go. The key to any kind of impression or voice, apparently, in my workbook is just to have every sentence follow sort of the same emphatic pattern. Yarg, I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I promise I'll leave and never come back. Wow. Erwin, is it really you? But how did you find me? Can you smell fear? Actually, ignore that smell. I expect you're wondering why I'm here. Well, I was just in the process of retrieving some stolen ether sand, which Biggs and I needed for our research, as it happens. I concede, perhaps a touch foolish, and very fatal. It was foolish. But I did succeed in snatching the stuff before my bodyguard ran away, and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes, and what looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail in it. Anyway, the important thing is that the stolen ether sand is right here in my oh dear. It must have fallen out while I was, taking evasive maneuvers. It seems I won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet. Development hell. You'll find the ether sand in my stead? Oh, thank the gods. You're a true friend, Erwin. I hope the search doesn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care much for visitors. That one gets bad fast. Wedge, be less talkative, because I don't want to abandon that voice, but I also don't. I don't like when I have to do it for more than a couple sentences at a time. Earth-cradled ether sand. Is this all there is? It's just the one little bag? We're picking it up 1 grain at a time like a fucking vampire, apparently. Sure, Wedge. There's no distance too short to fly there. Truly. Erwin, have you had any luck locating the ether sand? These grains of sand were refined from an earth-cradled ore of incredible rarity and fire-kissed ore hardness. Don't hand it over, we need it. Yeah, that's it. I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news. What's that? You're also on a mission to collect ether sand, and you're working with the chief. A treasure trove of elegant knowledge, you say? I see. Then you should really be the one to have this. Biggs and I are far from exhausting all possible avenues of airship innovation, but it sounds as if your problem can't be solved by any other means. This expedition of yours sounds jolly interesting, I must say. I'm half inclined to join you. In fact, I think I will. Any venture worth the chief's time must be worth a look. Right, I'm more than ready to leave this awful place behind. And you should return to Mordona with that ether sand before there are any more, little mishaps. Be sure to keep a close eye on your pockets, Erwin. Whew. Yeah, we're stretching that one a little far. I wonder, maybe we'll have to come up with a new voice for Wedge. On the other hand, maybe we should just commit to the bit. Listen, the point isn't quality. It is very much quantity. Yeah. Boop, boop. Ah, Erwin, you have returned. I take from your presence that you were successful in procuring us some ether sand. Tell me, which variety did you find? Both the earth-cradled and the fire-kissed kind, my friend. Oh shit, no music still. I see, 2 varieties. Well, that is 2 more than could reasonably be expected and 2 less than I hoped you would say. Forgive me my flippancy. You've done well, truly. If all goes to plan, we need no longer fear death by fire or earth. Master Garland, if you would be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals.
I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter materials like these every day. Speaking of which, how in the Seven Hells did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend. I know only too well how capable you are, but ether sand isn't something you simply find gathering dust at the back of a merchant's rare gem cabinet. You had help from Biggs and Wedge?
They're gonna walk in here.
Trust them to design the revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back. How's a genius meant to rest on his laurels when his employees are so damnably inventive, eh? And now they're determined to join us, are they? Typical. I jest, of course. It would be good to have them around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavour to procure the two remaining varieties of ether sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Rambrose, have we any information where the water and wind aspected types might be hiding?
Not of yet, but I've made certain arrangements. We shall soon see if my efforts have borne fruit.
Forgive me for observing, but you seem less than enthusiastic about that prospect. If there's a complication, I'd rather we discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition.
Mayhap an explanation is in order, but first let us savor the preliminary victory that Erwin has won for our cause, if only for a moment. Can I turn the music back on then? That'd be great. I would love to turn the music back on. Although there is a nice low howl in this area that's a good backtrack. Did that work? I guess it worked. A performance for the ages. Yes, I must speak of the arrangements I made to acquire the two remaining varieties of ether sand. Some days ago, I asked a Charlayan acquaintance of mine to travel to Gridania and there gather the necessary materials. Since that time, though, I've heard nary a whisper from him. To be frank, this lack of communication is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that something ill has befallen the man. Alas, we do not have time to investigate his fate. As I've mentioned before, the more we delay our expedition, the more likely it is the Crystal Tower's secrets will fall into the wrong hands. Therefore, I would entrust you with the same mission I assigned to my friend. Travel to the Black Shroud, and seek out Parsemontre, the master of the markets in Gridania. If anyone knows where ether sand might be bought, it is he. Sure. Oh, balls. We are in the city. This is a city of very bad music, as I recall, but it's nighttime, so it's fine. I think. I pray. Should probably have teleported where we were going. Oh, nope, it's not fine. Fuck off. Jesus, I wonder if I can delete those files from my client somehow, because I can't stand them. Yes, I'm sorry. Did you say you wish to purchase... Wait, he's kind of an older dude. Yes, I'm sorry. Did you say you wish to purchase ether sand? My dear fellow, have you the faintest idea of the rarity of the material you seek? Why, I have not seen so much as a grain of ether sand in these markets for many a long year. I could tell you where one might mine the ore from which the water-aspected variety of the abrasive is derived, but only a desperate fool would willingly set foot in the place. You seem undeterred. Very well. Are you familiar with Earth's Gift? That is where the ore is to be found, in an area inhabited by a particularly pernicious hog. Okay, I grab that. Should you encounter the Tusk Nightmare, you will know you are in the right place, albeit at the wrong time. Farewell. Did we change our voice there? Completely lost track of what he originally was. That's the level of professionalism that you can expect here on Longer Than You Think. Ooh, it's always very interesting to see people refer to themselves as drunks, because they're probably joking if they refer to themselves as drunks, and you never know. I don't know if I've ever known anyone, at least no one my age, who had quite as serious a drinking problem as I did. They certainly exist, I just don't know them. And, well, maybe that's not true. It's probably true. I've known, when I was younger, I knew people who were kind of in a similar place, but they were younger. They hadn't had enough time to be doing it for as long. Hulking hog carcass. Ooh, okay, so we found the very dangerous creature is dead. So that suggests there's an even more dangerous creature around, and once again, we leave the music off because we're goofs.
You are too late, adventurer, and not only for the entertainment. You will find no trace of the ore which but recently lay there. Nay, not so much as a speck.
Who is purring in our ear?
Ah, no, you will never spy me from there. For the time being, at least, you will have to trust the evidence of your ears. Now stop squinting at the foliage and listen. As I told you, the water-blessed mineral you hope to find is gone, taken by me. Victory has made me magnanimous, however. Accordingly, I have decided to share the location of an alternative source of the ether sand with you. The wind-touched variety, to be specific. I trust I have your attention? Good. A band of Ixal in the North Shroud keeps a quantity of the abrasive for the purpose of removing impurities from lesser crystals. Well, do you mean to dally here all day? Make haste, adventurer, before I snatch another prize from 'neath your nose. This is to be a race. The Ixali logging grounds in the North Shroud shall be our destination, and that is where the real amusement will begin. May the best man win.
I think I know who that is, actually. And if it is who I think it is, we're doing the wrong voice for him, and I look forward to getting back to the voice we are doing, even though I don't know if I can do it correctly. I think my James voice is too close to my Vincent Price voice. Where are we going again? Over here, I guess? Why, it's a mile a minute over here. There's a customer born every minute, and a rube soon after. Welcome to Ribald Barterman's Adventure Emporium. Or the Adventure Mart, I guess. Never thought about how D&D ass a thing the Adventure Mart is. This sort of like, it's very much like the kind of 80s D&D style, I guess, where there's this infusion of like modern retro modernism into things. I've definitely heard about an award-winning dungeon from the late 70s or maybe mid 80s, which just featured hundreds of orcs who did disco attacks. That was the thing. It wasn't even like creatively described. It was just like that's what they did. You absolutely obtain the wind-touched ether sand from the Ixali logging grounds. All right. Which just goes to show that nerd humor has come nowhere in the 40 years since. Oh, a hostile presence. The enemy is still about. A soil seer. Well, there's more. There's more of them. Fuck off, mate.
You're lost.
Thank you. Ding.
Bravo! That was quite the show, adventurer. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of ether sand slipped from my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations. The wind-touched abrasive is yours. And yet, having been treated to such a memorable performance, I cannot help feeling that the greater prize is mine. This inequity must not stand. I insist that you accept a token of my appreciation. Payment for this entertainment will be waiting for you to the east, in a clearing within Proud Creek. Pray retrieve the gift ere it is crushed beneath the iron feet of the Dullahans.
What are the Dullahans? We being, what is the word for anti-Irish? I guess you will just say anti-Irish, huh? Let's find out what a Dullahan is. To go over here. Ah, I see. It was up. What? Ah, is that a Dullahan? Hey, spooky. Yeah, that's like a classic Final Fantasy monster, right? I think that they usually show up at the end of the game. No Cat just saw them toward the end of Final Fantasy VIII. And they've been around for a long time.
Now, what are you expecting? I took the liberty of refining the ore from Earth's gift into ether sand. Do keep it safe, adventurer.
That was quick.
Lest you accuse me of playing games, you should know that the thought of relinquishing my prize never once crossed my mind until I saw you in action. Such deeds must needs be rewarded. It is my vocation, you see, to record history as it is made by mortal men, and I much prefer to chronicle the accomplishments of the bold and mighty. Thus it is my fervent wish that you continue your career with the same courage and zeal you have shown today. We shall meet again, adventurer, and sooner than you may imagine.
I guess we're doing this out of order. Well, we'll keep going. I have an idea. That could. I got two ideas, and I don't. Yeah, it's gotta either be Midge, right? He talks like that. Although, what the fuck are his agents doing down here? Or it's Nero. Those are my guesses. We shall see if that comes out as part of this. I assume that it will. I think these raid stories kind of contain themselves in a fairly elegant way. Although, not completely, because this is going to be super significant to Shadowbringers. As we already discovered, to our dismay, by accidentally doing the Shadowbringers first cutscene, I have yet to decide what I'm going to do about that, because I can't replay it yet. I guess what we'll really have to do is, I will have to watch it, and then I'll record up to the point where I can rewatch the initial cutscene or do the initial bit in New Game Plus, and then I'll come back and inject it into the playlist from there, which is a wild proposition. But listen, Longer Than You Think is a passion project, and we do what we must, create the illusion of continuity as we're doing with this very video. Rambros, what news of your mission? Are we getting closer to acquiring the remaining Abrasius? Water-blessed Ether Sand, Water-blessed, and Wind-touched. You've brought both. I shall have Master Garland begin work on the crystals immediately. Yeah, we did it. Let's turn the fucking music back on, though. Are we gonna go into a cutscene? Damn it.
There, that should do the trick.
Excellent work. We now possess all 4 of the fangs required to pierce the Crystal Tower's defenses. My compliments, Master Garland.
Oh, it was a trifling matter, I assure you. Aaron here is the one you should be thanking. Anyway, by my reckoning, there's nothing stopping us from striding up to the Allegan's front door. Meow.
You can't go without us, Chief. Duke's voice was not made for monologues. It was made for one-liners.
Big Swedge, come to lend a hand, have you? Most not every day you get the chance to study the wonders of the Allegan Empire, is it? The technology makes Galamalds look ancient. I appreciate your enthusiasm, lads, I really do, but we're not here to take this knowledge for ourselves. Twice in the last decade, the promise of unimaginable powers prompted men to meddle with technology they did not understand, and the realm has been dragged to the very brink of oblivion on both occasions. We shall not be so irresponsible to risk another. Wedge, do you recall our company's creed?
Yes, Chief. It's, freedom through technology.
Exactly, freedom. When we first took our homeland, we swore that we would have no truck with machines could be used to promote tyranny. This has not changed. Should you feel tempted to break your oath, remember this. The wonders of the all-knowing Allegan Empire could not save their civilization, and have damn near doomed ours. Twice. That is why we must explore the Crystal Tower, and if needs be, seal away its secrets.
They seem pretty well sealed right now. No one else is trying to get in there. I mean, it wasn't that hard, though, honestly. They could have figured it out. A compelling viewpoint. It is unyielding wills such as yours that have defined the course of history. This is the voice. If so, he's gonna stop doing. Yeah, I think it is. Wait, who? Well, no, I know who this is. Wait, hang on. So you return at last. What, pray tell, has kept you so wholly preoccupied that you could not spare a moment to inform me of the progress of your Why, the task you assigned me, of course. Surely you've not forgotten about the Ether Sand. I tasked a passing adventurer with delivering it. A more capable courier I could not imagine. Oh, it's him. Okay, it's Gratia. Do-do-do-do. If only we had the music on, I bet there'd be a sting here. Alas. Greetings, adventurer. Did I not say we would meet again? He was doing a funny voice before. I believe an introduction is in order. I am Grahatia, one of the students of Baldazian. I look forward to joining you on your groundbreaking expedition. Grahatia has been assigned to the project as an observer. I hope you'll forgive him his eccentricities and welcome him as one of our own. So then, our fellowship is complete and all stand ready to step into the unknown. 3 cheers for Noah. Graha is very popular.
Noah?
'Tis the name I've chosen for our little collective. Given our differing backgrounds, we cannot very well call ourselves the Sons of St. Quinac, can we? And we must have a memorable appellation if our venture is to leave its mark in the annals of history. I could claim that Noah stands for Nominated Observers of Artifacts Historical, and so it does, technically, but my true reason for choosing this name stems from the fact that it is shared by a vaunted Allegan Archmagus.
An Archmagus. I like the sound of that.
Thumbs up. Very well. Now the pressing matter of what to call ourselves has been settled, it is time we set forth to brave the outer defenses of the Crystal Tower. Is everyone ready to depart?
Mm-hmm.
Shh. Hey. Ready. Well, we're coming up on an hour, and it is going on 10:30 here. Wish we'd had the music on. Yeah, I think these are bots who like blink and blip around. Grahatia. Gentlemen, the secrets of ancient Alag beckon. Let's not keep them waiting any longer. Adventurer, you and I will join the engineers at the Crystal Tower's main gateway. We will endeavor to neutralize the structure's outer defenses. Rambros, meanwhile, will remain here and oversee the operation. Given my knowledge of Allegan history, it seems logical that I should lead the expedition itself, though I admit the role does not exactly befit my status as an observer. Still, we can but make use of the resources at hand. Assuming all are in agreement, let us proceed forthwith to the large lopsided gate found to the southeast. What else you got to say, pretty boy? I've studied the legacy of the Allegan Empire for many years. Now that this expedition is at last underway, the very core of my historical infatuation lies within my grasp. It falls to us, to the Fellowship of Noah, to crack open the tomb of a fallen civilization and bring the wealth of its history out of the shadows and into the light. Can't talk to Rambros. You got anything new to say, Nazzle? Nope. About Sid, surely he's got something new to say, right?
Technology should never be allowed to imprison people.
You've heard about that one.
You can leave the business of sorting out the aftermath to us.
There's a Duke line.
Focus on clearing out the nasties, and we'll move in to survey what's left.
The Allegan civilization thrived within the borders of a vast empire, producing marvels the likes of which this world has never seen again. They said that its technology, was so advanced the magitech of Garlemald appears crude and childlike in comparison. When I first laid eyes upon the Crystal Tower, I finally realized the truth of that claim.
Seems like a very magical thing to me, but I guess to these people in this world, it is all one. But yeah, let's get up there and unlock the Crystal Tower at the very least. Freud was right when he said that women are special. Recently installed a bot that spits out drill AI tweets into our Discord. Big heavy stompies. Whoa. Destination. Here we go, folks. Are we ready? I think there might be a little bit of drama going on here. I think the special effects budget might get tapped.
It's odd though, where's the statues?
The Crystal Tower lies just beyond this portal. Now comes the interesting part.
The lopsided doorway, right? Sid, you are the only one of our number who's ever crossed this threshold. I ask that you take the lead for the present. He has? What he has? What does that mean? When did he do that? What? Did I miss something here? Wait. Okay, alright. So that was actually a path. That looked like a sealed fucking door to me. I guess he came up here to throw his coins in. Everybody else just stayed away. Yeah. Check it out. This never-ending story shit. I were you, though, you've got those little robots, don't you? Why don't you put these little spikes on little robots so we don't have to put our own lives at risk? I say, the energy radiating from these statues is palpable.
Lucky for us that it is. We might otherwise stroll past them. Feast your eyes on the elemental defences which prompted our lengthy preparations. These sentinels prevent would-be intruders from advancing to within 20 yards of the tower's inner reaches.
I mean, it's a good effect. I'd have used it twice, too. I wonder if you can actually trigger it when you're on this stage. No matter how swift they may be.
Happily, the crystal fangs we took such pains to craft should spare us the inconvenience of instantaneous annihilation. Here, allow me to demonstrate. Chief, it's too dangerous to allow anyone else to risk his life testing one. Quite right. I made the damn things. It's my job to see that they work.
Just get a robot, dude. Put it on a robot. Just put it on. You've got the wheel, right? Maybe they don't. Does the wheel exist in Eorzea? Have we seen any evidence of that? Sid is obliterated. Yeah. Kaboom. This is really a one-time lock.
Success.
That was...
Success.
There we go. I, for one, am convinced. Friends, ready your fangs. We all get to do one. Cool. It'd be an interesting sort of plot point if you had to do it to attune yourself to the tower, and each one could only be used once, but that would really kind of complicate matters, I guess. There's definitely going to be people breaking in here, getting in the way, I believe, on our path. We're going to give Erwin one? Come on. Erwin's got to get attuned. Of course, we give Erwin the Earth one. Erwin's Stony Silence.
This last one is yours, old friend. Seemed only right.
We tested 3 times before we put you on the obliteration. Like, obliteration block. Sure, I mean, that is... I guess. We're not just gonna have a robot do it. Interesting that the fangs themselves survive. It would be fun to see them come back as an artifact later on. I won't look that up, but let's put a pin in it, why don't we?
Ah, we did it! So much for the outer defenses.
Indeed, the entrance of the tower is near at hand. My blood fairly sings with anticipation.
Speaking of blood, I have a proposal for the next stage of the expedition. I suggest we wait here while Arwen and a hand-picked party of his adventuring companions enter the tower.
What? Without us? I thought we came here to survey the entire structure.
We did, and we will. But our investigations must proceed at a more measured pace. If the outside of this place is well defended, can you imagine what awaits us on the inside? Only a true weirdo could reasonably hope to brave the Hazard's aid and live to tell the tale. Arwen here fits the description better than anyone I know. And it's not like we should be... It is not as if we shall be idle in his absence. Whoa. While Arwen and his companions are risking life and limb to beat us a path to the tower, we can set about analysing this rubble for evidence of how its technologies function. Your knowledge of ancient lore will be invaluable in that endeavour, Historian Grahatir.
You ever tire of being right, old man? Erwin, as it seems I won't be accompanying you, allow me at least to provide some instruction. The maze that surrounds the base of the tower is known as the Labyrinth of the Ancients. During this initial foray, I suggest you concentrate on ridding the place of hostile elements. When you're reasonably certain the maze is secure, contact me via link shell and we shall join you post-haste, no matter what Master Garland says. Though we'd prefer if any relics you encounter remained intact, you have leave to do whatever is necessary to secure ingress to the upper levels of the tower. Fortune go with you, Arwen. Thanks, Catboy. I guess I'm a catboy too. But thanks. Greetings, fellow cats. What's everybody got to say? Oh, they're all gone. I guess they got nothing to say. when I've got nothing to say, my lips are sealed. This is a special area. Can't fly here. Can we die here? Special teleportal. Well, let's see how long it would take. The problem is I don't really want to go in as a tank, because that's a lot of responsibility that I don't really feel up for. And I think my only DPS who's above the correct level is a summoner, right? Which is just fine because summoners rock, although mine looks kind of like a fascist right now. With the help of Sid Nan Garland, members of the expedition to the Crystal Tower have successfully penetrated the defenses of the 8 Sentinels. The ancient Allegan structure is not so easily entered, though, and the Labyrinth of the Ancients now awaits the Fellowship of Noah as they seek the ultimate prize. Think this is only going to take 5 minutes? Alright, I'll put this bad boy on pause. I'm going to fuck off. It's probably take like 20-30 minutes to do. We'll get through the first one, I think. And then I will call it for the night, and this will be a 2-parter for this raid. Aesthetically displeasing, sure, but also, who cares? Back shortly, or if I don't get back shortly, see you soon. Actually, while we wait, let's pop open the Encyclopedia Eorzea and learn about the Sons of St. Quinac. The Sons of St. Quinac are a group of scholars devoted to research of Allegan civilization. Their city-like camp of tents and wagons can be seen near ruins of the Lost Empire, such as those along the shores of Silvertear Lake, and then seek to unearth the lost secrets of the ancient world. The history of the Sons of St. Quinac. When the Calamity split the ground asunder, a number of ancient ruins were unearthed for the first time in several millennia. A number of these were soon determined to be of the Allegan Empire, a great civilization that flourished during the Third Astral Era. The same civilization that was proven to be behind the construction of Dalamud. A shared sense of danger swept over the realm. What if new horrors were yet to rise from the shadows of history? And what if the Garleans were to find them? The Eorzean city-states and Charlayan together called upon their best minds, providing funding to research the ruins and locate any threats before they might fall into the wrong hands. Thus arose the Sons of St. Quinac. Given the risks of handling Allegan artifacts, the Sons are pledged to maintain neutrality as observers, a stance epitomized by the selection of Master Rambrose as the organization's leader. Thus, representatives from every Discord. From every city-state as well as the students of Baldesion share all their findings, whilst taking the greatest of precautions to safeguard that information from passing to the hands of the realm's enemies. The Sons of St. Quinac have, in their research, uncovered reams of knowledge regarding Allegan mages known as summoners. The Lady Imhitra has led this research, and her treatise on the subject have garnered much attention from academics as a new perspective on the primal predicament. Rambrose. I'm wholly dedicated to the restoration and preservation of ancient Allegan wisdom, delving into the past that we might safeguard the future. One of the Circle of Knowing's founding members, Rambrose left the Charlayan homeland for Eorzea near the end of the 6th Astral Era to expand his research. Unlike his many compeers, the Seawolf did not join the Scions of the 7th Dawn following the Calamity, instead choosing to join the Sons of St. Quinac at the behest of an associate. Though quickly presented with the opportunity to lead the Sons, Rambrose was reluctant to accept the role, more intent on losing himself in millennia-old tomes after the loss of his trusted master. Let me just make sure that I didn't mute myself by accident. No, good. It was Ishtolo who reminded the 50-year-old Seawolf of Louisoix's vision for Eorzea, convincing Rambrose the only true way to honor their late mentor was by using his peerless talents as both an anthropogeographer, we've seen that word once before already, and a natural-born leader of men to bring salvation to the realm. There is a woman with glasses named Rabnta. My scholarly works a legend, my treatise of the cosmos priceless, and my very name known throughout the world. Rabnta is a 28-year-old researcher with the Sons who, when exploring the newly unearthed Crystal Tower complex, came upon an orb of mysterious origin. Upon closer examination of the artifact back at the Sons' camp, she awoke the soul that slumbered therein, Noah, the famed Third Astral Era Archmagus of Allag, and court-appointed instructor of Unay and Doga of the Imperial family. In that moment, Noah's spirit escaped its crystalline jail, or Gale, and flowed into Ko's body. Whoa, taking possession of it as a temporary vessel? Ooh, this might be spoilers. Maybe we shouldn't read ahead like that. I was looking for the bit on the tower itself, but wasn't able to find it. Ket-she? Ket-she? You're telling me Ket-she? You're telling me a ket? This she? I think it's Ket he him, actually. But anyway. I grew weary of this exercise. I thought I could swear that there was stuff about the raid in here. Stuff about the classes in here. Yeah, there's stuff from Heavensward here. Where's the raid? Wait, that's it, the Crystal Tower? No, the Crystal Braves. But we know about them, don't we? Science of the Seventh Dawn, Imperial Legion, Imperial Era, the Empire, the Garlean Empire. Yeah, Dravanians, Charlan. This is a very worthy book, but I was hoping to find what I was looking for a little bit more easily. It can't be that it's in the second book, is it? Because I'm pretty sure I didn't get my hands on a copy of the second book until much later. Like recently. And I'm pretty sure that I encountered this information that I'm looking for. Well, this is about playable species. Maybe it is in the second book. Maybe it's in the history part, actually. That would make sense. Let me maximize this. The Lord of the Hive. Wow. Oh yeah, this is all old stuff. This is stuff still to come, rather. Primal unlike any other. And that's Moogle Mog. Yeah, that's just like a summary of the MSQ, basically. Living on a prayer to kill a raven, rise of the white raven. This is all... Here we go. Okay, this is looking promising. This is looking more promising. No, these are umbral eras, but where's... Aha! Okay. Where are we? St. Quinac's find are here. Approximately 5,000 years ago, Eorzean civilization reached what can arguably be considered its peak, at least in the sense of technological advancement and overall influence on the rest of Hydaelyn. With the advent of the Allagan Empire and its spread north to Ilzabard, east to Ulthard, and south to Mericidia. The following section examines the rise and fall of the realm's most prosperous age. Nearly 6 centuries ago, a determined young man in Ul'dah by the name of Quinac stumbled? One moment. There you go. How do you like that? So where were we? I think we were just in the second, right? Nearly 6 centuries ago, a determined young man in Ul'dah by the name of Quinac stumbled upon what would prove to be the greatest discovery of the 6th Astral Era, relics of the great Allagan Empire. An order of Nal'Thal's seminarian, Quinac was immensely clever, consistently receiving the highest marks amongst his peers. The order had high hopes for the young prodigy and envisioned him a future leader in the church. These hopes crumbled to dust when Quinac became infatuated with stories of a long-lost empire briefly mentioned in Holy Scripture, Allag. Despite being less than a year from graduation, he abruptly abandoned his studies and began a fevered pursuit of knowledge on a subject most of the order regarded, at best, as allegory. Turning a deaf ear to the pleas of his professors, Quinac was expelled from the seminary and eventually ostracized by his closest companions. This, however, only fueled the young man's passion to prove his detractors wrong. To fund his obsession, Quinac became a merchant. Every coin earned put into the acquisition of ancient tomes and overseeing of exploratory digs in remote locations across the realm. It was not until the year before he passed away, over 5 decades after his search began, that Quinac finally found what he was looking for. A sparsely populated corner of Mordona. You know what? Actually, I got a better idea. There we go. That's much nicer. Not sure if this is ever gonna pop, though. Let's see. To fund his obsession, Quinac became a merchant. Every coin earned put into the acquisition of ancient tomes and the overseeing of exploratory digs in remote locations across the realm. It was not until the year before he passed away, over 5 decades after his search began, that Quinac finally found what it was he was looking for in a sparsely populated corner of Mordona. Once a laughingstock in academic circles, Quinac was now a hero. Universities begged for him to join their staff, while sponsors from across Eorzea showered him with coin to finance future excavations. Further vindication was achieved after his death when he was canonized, not by the order which forsook him, but by the followers of Alphic, the scholar. Quinac's name lives on this day in St. Quinac's Find. an organization dedicated to the continuation of the eponymous archaeologist's work. Though the destruction wrought by both the Battle of Silvertear Skies and the subsequent calamity altered the land in such dramatic fashion that the locations once submerged under hundreds of yalms of water were now exposed, revealing Allegan ruins which had not seen the light of day for countless summers. The scholars of St. Quinac's find have since begun excavations in these areas in hopes of making their next big discovery. The Third Astral Era and the Rise of an Empire. The communities which emerged in the aftermath of the calamity of fire, while fearful of the gods, were wary to once again make them the centerpiece of their society. Pursuit of the divine had incurred the wrath of the heavens, so to avoid a similar fate, mankind chose to place distance between itself and the gods. As a result, society began to focus on the individual talents of its people. Faith in the gods gave way to faith in oneself. With this newfound confidence, mankind began producing some of the greatest minds in history. New discoveries in science and technology were being made each day. Civilization was advancing at a rate unseen in the previous two astral eras, and at the forefront stood a man who would see that civilization reach the far corners of Hydaelyn, Janda. Considered by many to be a genius in his own right, the highly ambitious Janda used his uncanny intelligence and charisma to build a nation that, while founded in science, did not deny the magic of the Second Astral Era. Those few descendants of the priests and witches of the Second Astral Era were welcomed and given places where they might hone their skills and wield them for the good of the people. As Janda learned more of magic's potential, he assigned many of these mages to his newly formed army, where their unmatched strength on the battlefield allowed the young leader to subjugate neighboring lands with limited Allegan casualties. In less than a year, Alleg was the largest nation in Eorzea, and Janda crowned himself emperor. The note on this image says that upon his death, Emperor Janda was interred. Hey, we just popped. Okay, never mind. This is over. It's dead to me. Let's turn off this display capture. There we go. And commence. Could we please go? Could we please go, Mr. Healers? Come on, I believe in you. You all want to go. You know you do. It's going on 11 o'clock at night. God fucking damn it. God fucking damn it. And I'll just put you on pause for this dramatic portion of the evening. Let's just read this little bit here. Upon his death, Emperor Janda was interred in a tomb within the crystalline cavern located in Mordona. Reasoning behind this being that it was thought that concentrated levels of pure ethereal energy might repair the corrupted flesh and restore Janda's soul to his new body. The actual consequences were quite different. I guess we'll get to see some of those very soon. Here we go. Do we remember how to play a summoner? The Labyrinth of the Ancients. Well, that was a very titillating start, wasn't it? We just got a little bit of a backstory. This place is pretty cool. We'll want to turn down the music, I think, as soon as we're in, because it will probably be overpowering as usual. We'll see if a 7 is enough. Well, I guess we won't know. But this is another case where my commentary is probably of less value. Yeah, let's just turn, though, system configuration. Let's turn background music down to like 60. Let's turn sound effects down to like 30. How about that? This shall be the deal that we strike. Still looks like my voice is way louder. I should probably summon a buddy, shouldn't I? But where are those buttons? Where's my summon friend button? Hello? How do I summon Ifrit? Ifrit? Why is the button not screamingly obvious to me? Where the fuck? Summon to? Support type. Ifrit, where are you? Summon 3, there we go. It's right down here, I guess. Boop. Coming out, buddy. Mr. Jolly Rancher. Now, I believe we're also going to want to turn our hotbar displays back on. I think that I've read those over the summoner? Yes, I have. Thank goodness. Doing myself a favor. Focus target bar. I think those are the only ones you really need. Parameter bar would be good, though. Display element. There we go. Okay, this is, just looking at the gauges here, I bet this is a little too loud. So what is it we have to do? 2. Oops. Yeah, let's just go into the system config and just turn that down to like 30. Let's just make sure sound effects are low too. Okay. Let's remind ourselves how to actually play this character. Oh boy, we've been snared. So we gotta throw on our dots. We do need to generate, not ruin. Is it Bane is to spread our dots to other people? That rocks. What is our button for Dreadwood Trance? We can't cast that though. Yeah, that's still coming. What is Alt-Shift-D for energy drain? That's right. Seems there's just a bunch of devils down here. These dudes are dealing with some dark forces. So let's get miasma going. How do we burn through? Oops. Shift D. Shift D again. What's the other, and then Shift F, right? Yeah, there we go. So we're blowing all of Ifrit's spells there. We can see the cooldowns going by. Each of those has 2 charges. I don't believe... Oh, we do have Outburst, actually. It's just short range. So here's Outburst. Our little targeted AoE. And then do our energy drain again. How do we burn energy drain? Is it just... Oh yeah, Fester. Yep, that's our... Just deploying these little charges here. I believe Control E is our sort of ultimate maneuver, and Kindle that will cause Ifrit to go hog wild and just cause all kinds of problems. Dira and the multiple cursed eyes. Zoop. Outburst. So the Crystal Tower was an attempt to harness ether and broadcast it to the civilization, I believe. And as with so many things, they dug too deep. Wow, that one sound effect is just way louder than all the others, isn't it? Cursed Eye. Yeah, all these dudes should be afflicted by my dots, right? Because I believe I festered them. Ooh, let's get out of the way. Dira. Zoop. Zoof. Very important that we hear that one in full dramatical fashion. So I believe that this and the Binding Coils may be the only 2 raids ever where they have this kind of area and trash structure. And then all of the rest of them are basically just bosses. People did not like this model. I kind of like it, although I can appreciate that since you do have to just like keep running these forever. It's a little annoying maybe. Let's enkindle this bad boy. Not that we can even see what our own beautiful sun is doing. But what he's doing is just dumping a ton of instant casts on these motherfuckers. Oh, there seem to be feet, hands under our feet rather. I got limb blindness. Can't tell the difference between a hand and a foot. What can I say? Bone Dragon down! Hopefully he stays that way. There's one thing that I've learned about bone dragons. Ooh, it seems that we've all been afflicted with red? We got some kind of crawling things on us. I guess I can heal people, can't I? Hey, here's a little bitty heal. Yeah, I helped. Get our energies back. Let's deploy our dots. I'll go ahead and fester the... Or not. Wait, yeah, 4 for... Pandemic, what's it called? Bane. Bone Dragon. Not a whole lot else to say here, I don't think. We're just going to be sitting here, going down on the Bone Dragon. You know how it is. Sometimes, ooh, fancy thorns. Clearly the raids when you can do them solo, or at least with just Rook at your side, are sort of an easier commenting experience. Because this is pure chaos. We'll see if we can manage to survive the other encounters, because I die in here all the time. I'm a big dead boy. It's kind of my role. The mechanic not understander has logged into the raid. A reason why I did... Oh, the Bone Dragon's still standing, huh? Listen, it's very important that we capture all of this. This is key to the Final Fantasy experience. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool. If there were any possibility of us losing, it would be cooler. But there isn't, so kind of just killing time. Hey, Mr. Eyeballs. Just pass on my dots to you real quick. This does feel like it's taking an unusually long time. Hey, the Hall of the Tainted. So we took down the Bone Dragon in Taint Hall. Fair enough. I guess that was a boss at least. The seal of the Path of Vice has been lifted. What do we got? Onion boots? Nice. Sure. We just hop in this shortcut and we'll be back to the start. Yeah, here we go. I think that's probably like more than one. Why are some of these sounds so much louder than others of these sounds? I guess it's just well, I guess it's reasonable that that fucking nightmare is loud. Fair enough. Which group are we in? We are in Alliance B. I believe that this is one of the bosses that we need to split up for. Coming up next. And I think that was the trashiest of the halls, but don't quote me on that. I may well be terribly mistaken. Is Ifrit still here? Yes, I think that's him. Somebody's Ifrit's here. And at this point, I'm afraid to ask whose. Excuse me, sir, have I taken your son or mine back from the mall? My buddy Sankus sent me a screenshot of one of these motherfuckers in Final Fantasy XI the other day. I'm gonna send him a screenshot of it here. Okay, here we go. Oh, yes, move to, oh fuck, it's gonna draw me in the wrong one. God damn it, I was in the right place. It's gonna move me to the wrong one of the 3 spots. It did, yes, move me to the wrong one. God damn it. Oh well. Well, Well. Oops. Oh, we just got fucking owned. Oh, the entire team went in this one? Okay, we'll be back when we're back. Okay, we apologize for that hiccup. Just a little... Just the tiniest speed bump. 4 people always standing on the first platform, preferably the ranged players. So that's us. We'll be standing here. I'm standing on this platform. This is where I live. Then we need to summon Ifrit back, right? He's here. Hey, Dira. Uh-oh. Some people weren't ready. Unfortunately, we can't really do anything a lot of the time. Come here, you jerk. There we go. I mean, Ifrit could go over there and cause some trouble for us, but it doesn't seem inclined to. Hey, Valifor. Ooh, he's down, damn it. There's only 4 of us here, so we absolutely cannot move. Dira, come closer. So what are these dudes? Atomos. Are there 4 Atomoses? I guess we can't click the ones on the other platforms. That's a shame. Dira. Zoop. Obliterates. Man, we just dumped so much damage when we get that miasma out, then the bio, then we hit with the energy drain, then we fester. It's just all of it. It's all right there. Oop, well, didn't happen that time. Wasn't needed. So is it really like just the tank that goes in and kills the boss? Because the poor ranged DPS can't do shit. So it goes. Oh, no, shit. We don't want to get off the platform, I don't think. Yeah, we all just left our fucking platform. So the other bosses are not mortal. Oh, we're such goofs. This happens a lot. This is probably the most haphazard that I've seen. The managing to straight up wipe and then fucking it up again. So it goes. This is the rating experience. This is the LFR experience. It's so much nicer than LFR. World of Warcraft is a fucking, shall we say, entirely through totally mystic, sympathetic means, it has cultivated a player base akin to its developers. Don't really know when I'm gonna go back to that shit. I don't really love the game at this point and haven't for a very long time. But I've always gone back and checked it out, and it's hard to imagine doing that now. Just too much horror associated with that. It's Thanatos! So I believe this fella is going to be dropping meteors. Oh, he's invulnerable. Shit, well, it's wasted all my special juice on him. Is he invulnerable or not? Why is he invulnerable? He's taking damage. Am I supposed to stand on the other side of him? Why can't I hurt him? Nemesis. She seems like she's bad. Oh, casting on the wrong person. Sandman. Oh, that guy's spooky. Let's blow him up before he can get wherever he's going, why don't we? He's gonna get to the magic pot. He made it, but the magic pot is still alive. Oh, do you have to touch the magic pot, maybe, to become hurt-himable? Astral realignment. Existentially aligned to the astral realm. Damage done is reduced, but can attack ghostly beings. Intriguing. I'm not doing my job very well here. I'm just gonna put some heat on Big T, and for whatever reason, I just renewed my dots there. Apparently playing well on a class that you haven't played in like a month or two, while also narrating mindlessly over content that you don't really have much to say about, is sort of a tripartite psychic challenge. Let's kill the Sandman. That seems reasonable. It's a good trick. There's a limit break coming up there. Please do not kill the magical pot. Thanatos only feels comfortable when he's surrounded by the implements of his own annihilation. We gotta respect that. Porphabus, Sabatons of Light. Ugh. No thank you. No thank you. Hey, we made it to the crossroads. I think now there's a hole? Is there a hole now? What's next? Clear the walk of fire. Ifrit, are you still with us? What level are we actually? Are we level 60? I think we're level 60 on the summoner. Maybe not. We can't really see. 60. I think we're 60. Ooh. Gotta get back in the swing of doing leveling roulettes because I think having a level 80 paladin is going to be very useful to us. Given... Oh, that bow, man. That's fancy. I admire that bow. But, the way that sometimes we've struggled a little bit fighting these folks. Who's which? ABC, who's which? Any markers? Any sign of what we should be doing? I believe that this fight is all about popping bombs that spawn. Vasago. Anybody? Anybody want to go ahead and pull? Ah, there we go. They're marked. See over there, be back there. Yep. Okay, let's teach Vasago a lesson, why don't we? Pop. I don't think we can kill the bomb in the middle until the encounter is over, so we won't worry about that. But there should be other bombs that spawn, I think. Okay, so we've dumped, there we go. There's the other bomb. We should have saved some of our cooldowns. Allegan Balloon. I guess I can also pop a pandemic on that guy. I keep calling it pandemic. What's it called? Bane. Let's renew our dots. Get another charge up. Pop that bad boy. Spread those dots. Whoop. Look at him dotted up without any, not even a global cooldown needed from us, because Bane is so beautiful. And let's go ahead and pop our cooldowns off Ifrit. Renew those dots. And then spread the dots. Yes. And this game plays so much better than it feels like it's gonna when you first start out, which is wild. Putting its best foot forward is just not Final Fantasy XIV's strength. But, you know, there's strengths. There are strengths to be found. Oh, I've spread the dots and then I accidentally was manually reapplying them. A goof. Oh, ours was the last. I blame myself. Let's kill this bomb before it can destroy us, why don't we? Oh, what happened with that bomb threat today? Some MAGA nightmare dude parked outside Library of Congress. Or some Library of Congress. I'm not sure if it was the Library of Congress. This is one of those things where it's like, does every state have its own Library of Congress? I bet it does. But he was threatening to destroy himself, and then he just surrendered. Without even taking a phone call, he was just live streaming shit. What a world we live in. What a fucking world. King Behemoth. Hey, you. Are you the one who's going to be summoning meteors? Maybe you are. Got those dots on. Go ahead and drop that. Start our cooldowns cooling down. Yep, here's the meteors. They are coming in. We should kill the Iron Giants? I don't know. Probably not, given how much damage you're putting out. Okay, here he goes. He's casting Ecliptic Meteor, so let's just make sure we're standing behind one of these stones. Renewing our dots a little early, dropping a little damage on that. Oh! That didn't work out. That didn't go the way it was supposed to. Well, why don't we just enjoy the battle then? Once again, my entire team, well, half my team died. I guess I've got my alliance underneath the other alliance. Let's fix that, actually, since we're here. HUD layout, alliance list. Let me select the... Oh, you can just right-click them and turn them on and off. Interesting. Move the party list, move the alliance list, move the alliance list. Move the party list back. And then the alliance lists. How about that? Hopefully no one's resurrected us while we were here, but there were so many dead people that what are the odds that we were the ones to get a resurrection? Looks like Behemoth's not doing very well, though. This is really a better place to commentate on the action anyway. It's not like what I'm doing, as we said. Man, that meteor came out quick. Yes, it did, Mr. Britzman. That meteor put us right down. The team is not doing very well. There's a lot of dead DPS. Ooh, I see some tanks going down. Ooh boy, oh yeah, that was a wipe. Whoops. Well, we tried. We tried. This is an ill-fated... Wait, how do I release? Wait, how do I release? Starting point? Yes, okay, there we go. Surprised it doesn't pop you back up once you've reached wipe state. Well, we only grow stronger, not literally because there's no echo in this dungeon apparently, but as people, I think we've improved, don't you? Failure is a fine teacher. Not sure what we learned from it. Don't DPS rocks, hide behind them when he stands up. I did! I got smashed. I did my best. You can only expect so much out of a simple boy like me. What time is it? 11:15, getting a little bit late. Irritating, I've got plans. Still, this is also part of the plan, and it is good to keep it rolling. Don't neglect Final Fantasy XIV, and it won't neglect you. This is the deal. Okay, dots going out. Actually, we should really have generated our charges first. Cooldowns coming in off of Ifrit. There we go. Rocks are coming down. Got a ruin going out. Below our other charge there. Ifrit's cooldowns again. Like so. Look at how fast Behemoth is going down. Okay, he's standing up. That's enough casting, I think. Let's get behind this rock. It must have come down in a specific place, and we just... Oh, shit! Oh no, okay, we're fine. Thought it was closer to us than it was. Let's get our dots out, why don't we? We'll spread them. Generate our charges. Drop one of those charges, and here go Ifrit's charges. Oh shit, the meteor is coming in. Oh, I think people are attacking the rocks, and that's why we fucking died. Yeah, I think someone just destroyed the rock we were hiding behind the first time. I got a rock on my head. Should drop it in close so people can easily hide. Try not to drop it on anyone, though. We good? Is he roaring again? Yep, there's the ecliptic meteor. Got that going. Hey, we got him. I can't carry any more elegant tones of poetics. Shit. I'm gonna have to address that situation. Oh, I guess we're gonna see this cutscene with low music volume, unfortunately. The seal over the Walk of Ascension is lifted. An onion sahuel has been added to the loot list. Cast your lot. Maybe we see the cutscene when we leave the instance. So this looks like a cutscene to me, though. If I feel like this is not a cutscene happening, then what do I think a cutscene is? Ooh. Wait, is the dungeon over? Because, maybe it's not over. Maybe we still gotta go up and fight Mr. Sword. Oh, yeah, okay. Is that an interstitial cutscene? Wild. Greed. Take the shortcut. Zoop. Who is that big man? Move me to the sealed area. Okay, everybody else moved faster than us. If boss does long casters, don't move so you get damage buff. Interesting. Okay. It's Phlegathon. Megiddo Flame. Get that out. Get that out. Let's also pump Ifrit's big cooldown. Mr. Lol. You'd love to see it. Abyssal Slash. Okay, don't stand on that. Oh yeah, there's hands. Gotta make sure we kill those hands. I'm gonna spread my dots onto that hand. Yeah, that's right, motherfucker. Split my dots on you and festered ya. Ancient Flare. Okay, so that's a run situation. So when they said don't move, I think that they may have been telling a fib there. I think they might have been trying to get somebody killed, which is unusually impish for Final Fantasy XIV. A regular puck maneuver. Okay, here we go. Eve 9s. Eve 9s and Mr. Lol. Vacuum Slash. We probably moved without needing to move there. Iron Claws. I'm not very good at I'm good at burst damage over like 5 seconds. Anything faster than 5 seconds, it's a little not so great. The damage was too much for them to handle. There you go. Oh shit! Let's get back to B. Oh, fuck that up. We all got buffed. Wait, this is like a catastrophic. Good, we have damage buff. This is a deeply faily kind of a raid. I apologize, friends. Again, we can only blame ourselves. So is there actually an echo buff in here? Because I don't see one. I can't tell if they're definitely joking, but I can't tell if they're joking about a real thing or just being goofs. And what does it matter? Because Phlegathon's going down this time. Nemesis Lord is just laying on the ground. I hate your name. I hate your look. Nemesis Lord is... No, not my bud. No comrade of mine, as they say. Alright, let's get going. Vacuum Slash. Oh, it's only Thursday. But it is my Friday, which is really the important thing. And drop that on him. Abyssal Slash. Thankfully it missed us. Oh, the hand's here. Shit. Let's get that hand. Apologies, sibling. Here we go. Let's get the fuck out of here. You love to see the Dragoons do their thing. I'd love to generate my charges, though. That'd be great. Let's just dump Ifrit's attacks on this guy. Yeah. No need to get the dots going. We can just have Ifrit toast him. Zoop. Oh, we can probably... See, here's the problem again. Zoop. There's a lot of damage, but probably overkill. Whoa! Yeah. Is everybody clear? I should really only be looking the other way, honestly. We don't need to look forward at all. Ancient Flare, okay, very good. Hey, you. Wait, our team wasn't good enough? He had to go fight some other team? I've been scorned. Spurned. So let me fester you. Phlegethon. Alright, I think this is the last boss of this instance, so as soon as he's getting low, let's go ahead and crank the music back up, just in case we go directly into cutscene. We'll see how the audio balance here was. Probably not great, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh, we got a limit break ready. I guess I could blow it. Crank it up. Oh, damn it, I missed it! I missed it. Well, I'll just have to be very, very quiet, won't I?
Yeah, Hall of the Inexorable is no longer sealed.
I hate to be stuck in there. Dimension Blade Fragment. Labyrinth of the Ancients complete. We're gonna go direct to cutscene? No, we're not. Very nice. Well, sorry for the difficult time in there, everyone, but that's how things go. Fragment of the Dimension Blade, Phlegethon's Fell Scimitar. I don't think that's anything special, but it sounds cool. It's got a cool name. This is alright. Is it dyeable? Doesn't look like it is. I don't know if I like the red. Still, we'll need it. You can always just junk all that stuff. Alright, let's crank the music back up. You ready? We're gonna give somebody a commendation, and let's get the fuck out of here. And wrap this episode up, why don't we? This has been quite a long little run. And so the king is once again my guest. And why is this?
Oh there, Long Point. Arrowin,
he would have called us. Very impressive, I must say. Your name should be writ large in the volumes that are sure to be penned on this historic expedition. It's funny that Graha's voice and Tataru's voice are kind of similar.
The scale of this structure defies comprehension. Someone plainly thought bigger was better.
Graha. According to the findings of my Valdesian colleagues, the Crystal Tower was constructed to collect and store the endless energies of the sun. A characteristically ambitious undertaking. Now, what are the tower's inner defenses? Judging by your haggard expression, clearing out the labyrinth was no small feat. Don't even fucking talk to me about it, boy. We died 3 times, 4 times? A lot. A giant of a man wielding a shimmering scimitar, you say? Yes, that will have been Phlegethon. Not Acheron, Phlegethon. He was a hero of the Allegan Revolution.
And you gleaned that from what exactly? His choice of weapon?
Well, I am a historian, and I have a certain, shall we say, affinity for the lore of the Allegan Empire. It is, of course, all knowledge gleaned from musty scrolls and tomes. The ancient texts claim that the Crystal Tower is defended by the Champions of Eld, resurrected and augmented through the Allegan's extraordinary technology.
Chief, you need to see this.
I don't remember which one's which, as usual. Whoa. Window technology?
Well, there it is. The foot of the tower. What surprises do you have in store for us, I wonder?
So that wasn't the tower at all. That was all external, of course. I mean, unsurprising, I guess. It had no crystal vibes.
I can't tell you how glad I am to have you with us on this little jaunt, old friend. Had you not beaten the path through that maze, I very much doubt we'd be standing here right now.
Well, we have much to discuss and digest. Let us retire to St. Quinac's fine for the present and there plan our next step. Lest there be any doubt, our expedition has some way to go yet. Yeah, you're cute and you know it, bitch. We did it! Yeah, let's go just talk to Graha, and then we'll call it a night. I've got things to do, responsibilities and irresponsibilities, both in the offering. It's very oily up here. There's our dragon meter back. Should we swap back to Paladin before we forget? Although I suppose next thing we'll be doing is just more of the same. Well, I suspect they're going to send us all over the world again. I don't really remember if they do or don't. They might. Out with us. Quiet night. It is still punishingly hot here. I mean, not punishingly, but too hot for no fans, no AC. Recording is difficult, but, you know. Labors of love. Rahatia. So good of you to join us, Erwin. Our meeting would be dull indeed without a full account of your experiences in the Labyrinth. Take a moment to collect yourself, and when you're ready, we shall debate how best to proceed. This is for prosperity. Ready to address the assembled Fellowship of Noah. Yeah, let's do that. I think that the Fellowship of Noah being accounted for, it is time for assembly. It is time this assembly was called to order. Rambrose will be presiding over the meeting. If you would be so kind as to inform him of your readiness to proceed. Yeah. Welcome back, Erwin. I've just been reading about your encounter in the Labyrinth of the Ancients. It pleases me greatly to note that you seem none the worse for the experience. For your reference, I've added my own notes to Graha's preliminary expedition report and begun compiling a Crystal Tower survey log. The information contained therein will be available to you at all times. Should you have any questions, you need only ask. Now, if there are no objections, I shall begin with a summary of the expedition's key accomplishments. I want to see that log. Where's the log? Reveal to me your log. In the course of this, our first foray into the grounds of the Crystal Tower, we succeeded in neutralizing the structure's outer defenses before proceeding to secure the maze surrounding the base of the spire. According to Erwin's account, the Labyrinth's defenses were most emphatically active. Disturbingly, his report also mentions a violent encounter with a sentry heavily augmented by elegant technology.
In short, our misgivings were well founded. The Crystal Tower has not simply been thrust above the ground by the chaotic shifting of Earth. It's somehow been reawoken. If, as seems likely, the tower's secrets should prove too dangerous to share with the world, well, I have no choice but to contain them. Short of levelling the place, this will almost certainly involve returning its mechanisms to a state of dormancy. To do that, though, we'll first need to address the question of how they work, the answer to which will surely be waiting for us inside the tower itself. In conclusion, that is where we must go.
A task rather easier said than done, if the perils of the Labyrinth are any indication. Then I move that all further exploration of the tower be delayed until such time as an exhaustive analysis of the structure's defenses has been completed. Master Garland, I entrust this task to you.
It will be my pleasure.
Don't forget about us.
It's like you said, Chief. We found the ironworks to make sure the technology was used for the right reasons. And that means making sure it's not used for the wrong ones. We wouldn't be doing our jobs if we didn't see this through to the end.
Lads, well, hope you're ready for some backbreaking shows.
Well, everything seems to be in hand here, so I shall take my leave of you for the present. If I am to witness this valiant tale unfold with mine own eyes, I must needs hone my martial skills ere we ascend the spire. You'll do nothing of the sort, Graha. Your knowledge may prove useful to Master Garland's investigation.
Meow.
As an observer, I am not, strictly speaking, subject to your authority. Pray do not mistake my intent, Erwin. I am well aware that I shall never be a match for one with your innate talents, however hard I train. Be that as it may, pray do not allow your skills to rust from disuse during the coming pause. We'll need you fighting fit for the subsequent forays, if our subsequent forays are to prove as productive as this one. Mark me, we have not yet caught more than the briefest glimpse of that which time has obscured. Soon, though, we shall cast off the veil and gaze upon the glory of the Allegan Empire. And with that encouraging thought in mind, it is time to bring this assembly to a close. Let us all focus on the tasks at hand, that our next expedition may begin all the sooner. Meeting adjourned.
Meow.
Yeah.
And what is this? And who is that? Oh, it's this gentleman, isn't it? The one who led us here in the first place. You know, I didn't think.
Such a terrible mess, yet it does leave the door wide open, so to speak. One cannot help but be impressed. I'm beginning to understand the reliance you place on adventurers, old friend. So, this is the legacy the Allegan Empire left behind. If my readings are correct, the energy source waiting at the top of the tower is a match even the Ultima weapon. Nay, more than a match.
I don't know if we can do that. This might be unsustainable.
A new toy for me to play with.
Might not be able to do that.
I believe the fates had conspired to deny me my just rewards once again, but it would seem they had a greater destiny in mind for me.
When the music swells, it sounds right again.
And so long as my ambition burns, I shall strive to seize it. The dream lives on, Sid. Do not disappoint me.
Let's listen to some more Best of James bits, because I like the idea that he is a Team Rocket character.
Spire.
Wild. Well, that was a pretty good time, honestly. I kind of liked that. Quite enjoyed our little diversion to the encyclopedia. Might have to do a little more of that sometime. But it is 11:30 at night, and my night has but begun. Thanks, game. Gonna go take care of a few things. Make sure that I live to see the morrow. But until then, I'll see you soon.